Good day, ma'am. So, in the unit 4 learning activity, it was asked there, or it was stated there, that we must create our own original artwork, take a photo of this, and make a video presentation about our reflections. Since it was asked there to make a reflection about our artwork. In our reflection, it was asked there to answer the following question. What are the elements and principles that we have used or can be seen in our artwork, and how the composition is being affected? So now, I'm going to show you my artwork. So this is the artwork I have created, my original artwork. And the elements that are present here are line, color, and texture. So for the line, you would notice the swirling lines or the curved lines for the waves and the straight line for the sun rays. That is how line being applied in my artwork. For the color, I have used warm and cool colors. So this shows that the warm color, or the sun and the boat, or you might mistake the boat as something or something else, but this is actually a boat. As you can see here, this is actually a boat. So the sun and the boat contrasted the dark blue background. It stand out. I put emphasis or warm color for these two because it because it plays an important part of my artwork. And for the texture, I have used visible stroke and blending of colors. You would notice it here in the sun and the boat. I have used two different colors, the combination of orange and yellow, and for the background or the sky and the waves, I have used still three, I guess. The darker blue, then next came medyo dark, and then light blue. So that is how texture or the blending of colors being applied. And for the principles that is present in my artwork, we have the contrast, movement, and emphasis. So for the contrast, still, it is because of the colors I have used, the warm and cool colors. And it is where the sun and the boat contrasted the dark blue background of the artwork. That is how contrast is being applied in my artwork. And for the movement naman, as you will notice in my artwork, the curve or the swirling lines for the waves and the straight line for the sun ray, it's like guiding us or the viewer na kani siya as sun rays. It is like guiding us ug asa jud napadong ang iyahang ang rays sa sun. If it is if it points toward downward, so ang mata sa viewers like mupadong pud siya sa ubos. That is how movement. And for the swirling, it's like the wave. You know, wave ganun. Where should we follow the flow of the wave? That is how movement being applied in my artwork. And for the last one, the emphasis. So still, it is because of the colors I have used, the warm and cool colors. Why I put emphasis or why I put the highlight or emphasis on the sun and the boat? It is because these two things plays an important part in my artwork. For this artwork has a meaning behind. Ano na yung meaning behind? Look at the waves, look at the boat, look at the sun. This sun represents hope. This wave represents the difficulties or the problems na ato ang maatubang, nga ato ang masagubang. And this boat represent us. It's like us. We are keep on moving forward. We are keep on fighting despite the difficulties, the hardships that we are facing right now, the problems. But despite of that, wala tan hunong. Ipadayon na to, nagpadayon ta, And that is how the sun appears, the hope. Because at the end of the day, bisag sa pakakapol, sa kahago, sa kalisod, nagpadayon ta, at the end of the day, our hard work will pay off. And that is why I put emphasis on the sun and the boat. Because it's like representing us and the hope, which is God. So that is how emphasis being applied in my artwork. And for the composition, or how the composition affect my artwork, so I could say that the rule of thirds, or the golden ratio, is being applied in my artwork. Why? Because the sun is being placed in near the upper left area, and the waves occupies the lower composition, while the boat is positioned at the center right area, which means na balance lang siya. And that is why dili ko makaingon nga perfectly jud na apply tong golden ratio or rule of thirds, but it is somehow applied in my artwork. So it's like telling us that the waves, it's like moving, the sun rays, it is like guiding the viewer, or kamo, it is like guiding you, or kita nga naglantaw sa artwork. It's like we are looking, starting from the sun, down to the boat, down to the waves. So that is my reflection about my artwork. Thank you, and goodbye.